Ahoy everybody, and welcome to the third part of a look at my second folder of TV autographs from these shows. Parts 1 and 2 are available on the playlist, and we'll carry straight on. And this was at the same London Film and Comic Con I met Rose Leslie, who I showed at the end of the last video. This is Jessica Henwick, who played Neem Sand in Game of Thrones. We had a nice little chat about her use of a bullwhip in the show and how much practice it took. But yes, she was very nice. She's possibly better known now for being in the series Iron Fist. And then alongside her was Keisha Castle Hughes, who played Abara Sand. And again, she was very nice as well. Unfortunately, neither of them were posing for photos, which is a shame, because they weren't overly busy, but their agent had forbidden them from doing them. This was also at London Film and Comic Con. I think it was the same one, but it might not have been. This is Alexander Siddig. This is him in Game of Thrones. He's been in so many things, probably best known for being Bashir in Deep Space Nine, but he was in Primeval, and he's just done so many things, and he was really, really nice. I complimented him, said how whenever he turns up in something, you know he's going to be good, or words to that effect, and he was ever so grateful about that, and sort of grasped my hand and shook it. But yes, he was a very nice man. So this is Carice Van Houten, who was also at the same LFCC, so Alexander was definitely the same one as those two. Met her on the Saturday. She was really, really busy, and we were rushing people through, but I didn't want to wait till a Sunday, and it was a good job too, because she ended up having to cancel the Sunday because she wasn't feeling very well. So I was glad I managed to get her, so she wasn't personalising by this point, and it was quite a truncated sort of Carice H. And she was rushing through people, but I wanted to congratulate her on Black Book, which is a Paul Verhoeven film that she was the lead in, and tell her how much I enjoyed it. And she'd obviously been here in Game of Thrones all day, so as soon as I said that, she looked up and gave me a big smile and said, "Oh, thank you ever so much." So yeah, that was a nice, even if it was a quick meeting. This was at the same LFCC, and this is Jonathan Pryce, and this is him, of course, as the Sparrow in Game of Thrones. I also got a Bond picture of him signed that I think I've already shown. But yes, he was really nice, as I think I mentioned when I showed that one. We had actually ended up having a little chat about how he came to appear in the TV series Whose Line Is It Anyway? Again, this was at the same LFCC. This is Gemma Whelan, who played now, isn't it? I can't remember her first name. Theon's sister, Aira Greyjoy. I'll put it on the screen because I'm useless. But yeah, she was really nice. We ended up chatting about the TV series Uncle that she appeared in. This was a purchase. I think this was the same London Film and Comic Con. There was a charity stall. It was for Help for Heroes. And I grabbed a couple of bargains from there. And this was one of them. This is the lovely Natalie Dormer, who's one of my favourite actresses. And this is her as Anne Boleyn in The Tudors. This was at Bournemouth Film and Comic Con. This is Sarah Hagan, who played one of the hopefuls in... Pardon me. Who played one of the hopefuls in Buffy. And I might remember which one she played, but then again I probably won't. But she was really nice. She was doing... They sort of had a few regional shows back to back. They sort of did at Glasgow, Sheffield, Exeter and Bournemouth, I think it was. Not necessarily in that order. And she just sort of did all of them. So we talked about, you know, her travels around the country. How it was the first time she'd been over here. But yes, she was very nice. Like, this was a pledge perk to fund the second Molotov Jukebox album. One of the perks that I chose was handwritten lyrics to a song of my choice. So I chose their song Neon Lights, which is my favourite Molotov Jukebox song. Ooh, it's all coming out. And it came separately. I won't show the other side, but this is the envelope it came in. And it was done like that. So I've then if you remember, or if you're aware, you won't remember, I highly doubt, but during the Second World War it was common for soldiers writing home to write things on the back of the envelope like Swark, sealed with a loving kiss, or Norwich, knickers off ready when I come home. So I was trying to come up with a suitable acronym for neon lights. I can't remember what I was. Never-ending orgasmic naughtiness, lying in Grand Hotel. Oh, I can't remember what the TS was, but something like that. Anyway, I came up with just for a laugh. Anyway, but yes, that's sealed by Natalia Tenner with a kiss. And these are the handwritten lyrics to Neon Lights. And again, thank you for your pledge, Natalia Tenner at the bottom, and another kiss. This is Greg Grunberg. This was at London Film and Comic Con Spring. This is him in Heroes as Matt. He's just really nice. He's been in so many things. He's sort of J.J. Abrams' Lucky Charm. So he was the pilot of the plane that crashed in Lost. And he's been in Star Wars and basically anything J.J. Abrams has done. He's turned up. He was in Star Trek. And he was just really nice, and we had a nice little chat. This was at London Film and Comic Con. This is Sean Maher, who played Simon in Firefly. And a little quote from a film: "This must be what going mad feels like." We didn't have a deep conversation, but he was very pleasant. It's at the same London Film and Comic Con. And this is Faye Marcy. This is her as the waif in Game of Thrones. I also got a Doctor Who picture signed from her same time. She was very nice. And this is Anton Lesser, who plays Qyburn in Game of Thrones. Again, he was very nice. We had a nice little chat. And this is Sam Coleman, I think his surname was. He played the young Hodor in Game of Thrones. Hold the door. He was really nice. This was his first convention, and he was sort of excited seeing how it all worked, and he was just really warm and friendly. Again, this was the same London Film and Comic Con. So this is Michael Emerson, and I've completely forgotten his character name from Lost. He was the main baddie throughout it all, and I've totally forgotten his character name, but he was very nice. We had a little chat about the filming. And this is Harold Perrineau. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce his surname. Also from Lost, who played Michael. And yeah, he was very nice. Again, we had a nice little chat. He was very warm and friendly and smiley. He was also in The Matrix, the two bad films. I think it was the same London Film and Comic Con. This is Jack Gleeson, who of course played Joffrey in Game of Thrones. He is the complete opposite to Joffrey. He's just the warmest, nicest, smiliest person you can imagine. He was really nice. And again, I think this was the same one. This is Laurie Holden, who was in Walking Dead and The X-Files and many other things. And we had a nice little chat. I'd just recently watched her little run in The X-Files, and I spoke about how I was disappointed that she wasn't used more in it, and she said so was she. She was very nice. I'm trying to think, how are we doing for time? I don't know. I will make this the last part. It might be longer than the others. This was at the same London Film and Comic Con. This is Donald Sumpter, who can't remember his character name. This is him in Game of Thrones. Anyway, he's done so many things over the years, but he was really nice. Again, really warm and friendly, and touched when I complimented him, and sort of again grasped my hand. And this was at the same London Film and Comic Con. This was Natalia Tenner again. So this was the 4th time I'd met her. She was there all weekend, and I had photos with her both days, Saturday and Sunday. I was wearing 2 different Molotov Jukebox t-shirts, one on each day. And these photos I'd seen, they were posted on Facebook at the time of this concert, which I think was in Bristol. And I just really, really liked the photos. So I got in touch with the photographer, and she sold me prints of them. And then this was sort of a year before, and and then had to cancel that London Film and Comic Con, so I had these for over a year waiting to get them signed, but I'm really happy with them. So, dear Martin, keep dancing like a tropical gypsy. Love, Natalia Tenner. And yes, Martin, thank you for your support. Love, Natalia Tenner. We had a little chat about when I saw them in concert, because it was 2 days after Prince had died, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to go, but I really, really wanted to see him, and I was so glad I did, because I just danced all night and danced away the pain. So this is a flyer for the show Venus in Fur, which was in the West End, and this is signed by the stars, Natalie Dormer, either, and I've forgotten his name, and it should be written on the back, I hope. David Oakes, who was in the Borgias. So I went to see the play in the West End, and went round to the stage door afterwards to get my programme signed, and was unfortunately told that they weren't coming out because they had guests in, which I was extremely disappointed by. But because the security guard recognised that I wasn't somebody who was there, you know, I'd been to the show and I hadn't been before. He didn't recognise me as a dealer who regularly hung out trying to get autographs. He nipped in and he got me this. They'd signed a few to give to the genuine fans, so that was a nice gesture of them. But disappointed I didn't get to meet Natalie again, because you will see in a minute I had already met her. I don't know why these are out of order. This is Alexis Denisov. This is the second time I met him. This was at London Film and Comic Con. This is him as Wesley in, this must be an Angel Shot. He was also in Buffy. He was also in Dollhouse. He's a really nice guy. We had a nice little chat, and he was there with his wife, who is Alison Hannigan, who played Willow in Buffy, and was in How I Met Your Mother and the American Pie films. And I just really, you know, Willow's my favourite character in Buffy. I've been wanting to meet her for years and never thought I would, because she used to be quite agoraphobic. But yes, I was really happy when she was announced and she came, and she was lovely to meet. I was wearing a Willow t-shirt, and we chatted with both of them about the shirt. And yes, I was really happy to have met them both. This was the same London Film and Comic Con, and this is Pilau I can't remember quite his Asbao, something like that, his surname, who played Euron Greyjoy in Game of Thrones. He's another one who's nothing like his character. His character's really evil, but he was just a really nice, warm, friendly guy. And this was at the same LFCC, and this is when I actually met Natalie Dormer, who was gorgeous, and we had a nice little chat, and I told her I was going to be going to see the play, and she said, oh good, bums on seats. But she was really, really nice. You know, as soon as you went up, she reached out for your hand, and she was, yeah, just absolutely lovely. But I'm gutted. I don't know why. I decided to get a Tudors photo, even though I've already got a signed Tudors photo from her. I should have gone for a Game of Thrones one, really. But hopefully I'll meet her again and be able to get a different one signed. Or a Fades one. If I had a Fades one, that would have been a no-brainer. I would have gone for that. This is Conleth Hill. This was at the same LFCC. He plays Varys in Game of Thrones. He was very nice, and it was strange seeing him with hair and hearing his Irish accent. And again, this is the same LFCC. This is Emily Kinney, best known for playing Beth in Game of Thrones. She was also in Masters of Sex, and I really wanted to meet her because I really like her music, which is what I spoke to her about. She's quite shy, but very nice. This was a pre-order when she was announced for Cardiff Film and Comic Con. This is Tara Fitzgerald, who's long been one of my favourite actresses. So I didn't want to miss out on getting her autograph. This is her in Game of Thrones. So I paid to get this signed. I was happy with that. London Film and Comic Con in 2018. This was the third time I think I've met Jules State, who I just adore, and got this nice Firefly photo signed. Martin, hell with this, I'm going to live. Stay shiny, Jules State. And we had a little chat. I crowdfunded a film she was in. We had a little chat about that, and she thanked me profusely for my support. Same Comic-Con last year. This is Natalie Emmanuel, who played Missandei in Game of Thrones. She was absolutely lovely, and we had a nice little chat about the character. And this is Ewan Rion, who plays Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones, same event. And again, he was very nice. We had a nice little chat. He's nothing like his character. Same event. This is Rory McCann, the Hound. Fuck the king. He was really nice. He was funny. When I was queuing up for Peter Weller, who plays Robocop, Weller sort of stood up and was just shouting at somebody who was taking photos from a long way away. And Rory stood up and said, "Yeah, or I'll kill you," and all sorts of banter from that, and very funny. Anyway, this was same London Film and Comic-Con. This is Paul Kay. This is him as Voros of Myr in Game of Thrones. He's done so many things. He first came to fame as Dennis Pennis, and we had a little chat about that, and he was just really, really nice. He's done Doctor Who as well. Then last few are from this year's London Film and Comic-Con. So they actually announced Tara Fitzgerald for it, so I was really happy to meet her, and we had a lovely chat, and I really liked her. Martin, really good to see you. Tara Fitzgerald, yeah, she's just really lovely. As was Emily de Ravin, who plays Claire in Lost. She was gorgeous. This is Kerry Ingram. I can't remember her character name, but she was Tara Fitzgerald's daughter in Game of Thrones. She was quite quiet, but pleasant enough. And finally, I think, yes, this is Gina Torres, who was my last Firefly cast member I needed. And she was really, really nice. Happy to have met her. So that's it. That's this folder done. Thank you for watching. Can't see what will be next, but it'll be another part 2, a second folder of something that I've already shown part 1 of. Yes, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.